So I started my Tourist Tuesday videos last year as a way to showcase some of the really cool historical, geographical, quirky places that the state of Kansas has to offer. My husband and I, we have traveled to all 105 counties, and we've seen some really, really cool things along the way, and I wanted to share those with my students. I had already created a Kansas Travels bulletin board in my classroom that I add to every year when we visit new places. So my bulletin board has grown throughout the years, and I wanted to take that a step further. So I started my videos, and each week I feature one of the places that we have visited and go into a little bit more detail, show more videos and pictures that my bulletin board has to try and pique my students' interests. And I was one who used to make fun of people who were on TikTok making videos all the time. I never dreamed that I would be on TikTok making videos myself, but here I am. I found it as a way to connect with my students. But my Tourist Tuesdays, I show them every Tuesday to my 7th grade students. Sometimes my 6th grade students, when we have extra time, I'll show those to them. And sometimes they're more interested in them than my 7th graders, which is kind of bizarre. But one of my students asked the other day, a question came up. Mrs. Allen, do you guys travel every week to see these places and then you make a video for the next week? And the question kind of took me aback, and I was like, my students must think I'm Superwoman if I'm a teacher and I'm able to travel all around the state on the weekend. That's just kind of crazy. But the answer is no. We travel during the summer, over spring break, any other breaks we have from school. Sometimes we'll stop and see things along the way if we're out and about, like going to a football game or something over the weekend. But I'm a Kansas history nerd. I look for Kansas history when we're out on our travels. I look for neat and interesting things to share with my students. I want them to know that our state is not boring. A lot of times that's kind of a misconception of the state of Kansas. We're just a flyover state. There's nothing here. That is totally not the case. So there's a little background on my Tourist Tuesday videos. Come back every Tuesday for a new site during the school year, and hopefully you'll learn something neat about the state of Kansas. Thanks for coming by.